Good morning. Today we are going to discuss a very serious topic about how to be cautious if you are a director in any Indian company or any company in India. I have drafted a few checklists for to be cautious if you are a director in Indian company as per latest Companies Act 2013, latest laws 2017 and more. Myself, CS Company Secretary Gaurav Kumar Sharma. Uh, I'm an author on various topics of director related issues and other things. My contact detail is 9990694230 and my email ID is gauravdelirav@gmail.com. So let's discuss the topic. Governing section for the first time in the role of director have been laid down in section 166 of Companies Act 2013. The general applicabilities of directors given under Companies Act 2013 are given as follows: to act in accordance with the articles of the association. So I will just read the highlighted points so it will be easier for you to understand. If you are a director in an Indian company, what is the checklist which you have to follow as per section 166 and other laws. So act in accordance articles of the company. You have to act within the powers. You cannot go beyond the powers. Good faith in order to promote the objects of the company to benefit of the members of the whole. So you have to act accordingly to act the best interest of the company, to its employees, shareholders, community, and for the protection of environment as well. To exercise diligence and independent judgment. Judgment have a much of a say, so you have to have a independent judgment in the same. Avoid direct or indirect conflicts of interest. This is also a thing which needs to be cautious about. To avoid undue gain or advantage to relatives, partners, or himself or any of the associates which is being associated in a professional way or any way in the company. Not to assign his office to any other person. Uh, Even with his consent as well. Liabilities of the director which are given over here. The first time officer's definition, officer in default, has been introduced in Companies Act 2013. So let's discuss about the same. Every whole time director, what the whole definition covers is I'm going to tell you about that. Every whole time director, every key manager person, if no key MP, key manager person, such directors of the board in its behalf, or all director, if no director is so specified, must be covered over here. The any person who is charged with any responsibility, and directors have a much of it responsibilities on their shoulders. The board of or any of the KMP actively participate in knowingly or permits or knowingly fails to take active steps to prevent any default. So person who is going to fall in the prevention of any default, then same will be covered under officer in default definition. Any person in accordance with the whole advice, direction, or instruction of the board of the company is accustomed to act other than a person who gives advice to the board in professional capability. So if we move on further, on the earlier slides, the one which I have told is that uh, this one. Every director, in respect of a contravention of any of the provisions of the Companies Act, who is aware of such contravention by virtue of the receipt by him or any proceeding of the board or participation in such proceeding without objecting the same. So if you haven't being objecting any kind of a contravention default, or you are an officer in default, and it had been taken place with your consent and convenience, even if you are aware, then you will fall under the definition of officer in default, and strict actions can be imposed over here. So you have to be cautious about the same. Safeguards: to adopt a precautionary approach, what would be that is that I have mentioned few. To attend meetings regularly, to be inquisitive and peruse agendas, items, unusual items, and seek additional information in writing from professionals and other directors as well. So if you are involved in a company, then you have to go deeper into the additional way of writing, or you can ask the same through in writing, and you have to carry the evidences of the same to ensure that disagreements and dissenting views are recorded in the minutes. to act honestly with reasonable justification. So justification must be legally as well, or a corporate legal side of companies act as well. If you have any disagreement and dissenting views, then same must be recorded in the minutes, and same can only be recorded with the help of a company secretary, which we can help you on the same, to report concerns about unethical behavior or actual or suspected fraud, violation of the company's code or any ethics policy. Then you have to note down the same and have to generate the same in a legal and righted way, to seek professional advice, establish audit committees, engage external agencies if situation demands. So you have to seek professional advice, and same can be evidenced through any writing way. Establish audit committees also your responsibility and your task. If you haven't done, then you can be an officer in default, and to safeguard you must ensure that the same will be developed precisely. To engage external agencies for addressing whistleblower policy. If you are not going to engage any external agencies, then you will also be liable for the same. So this must be maintained. To provide requisite disclosures of interest of conflict or any conflict, consider excusing oneself from participation in the proceeding in case of conflicts. So you have to give all the disclosures of interest and conflict which arose or basically arising in day-to-day life of the company. For ongoing and day-to-day compliances, have a competent compliance team and establish committees for regular internal audits, secretarial audit as well, to include indemnity provision in the letter of appointment and seek directors and officer liability insurance from the company. You have to make sure that indemnity provisions in the letter of appointment will be there. If you are appointed as a director, and seek directors and officer liability insurance from the company to protect against any malicious acts or actions. For any query, and if you want to safeguard yourself as a director, then keep in touch with us. We have a guide for the directors safeguard. We have made such a guide. We are professionals and a team of professionals. You can get in touch with us. 9990694230 is my number, and Gaurav Delhi RV at the rate gmail.com. My website is www.csgauravsharma.com. I'm an expert in director's view, so if you need any help or assistance in the same, we can help you out.